Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Raw and the fallout from Money in the Bank. We're kicking things off with the brand new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, who addressed the crowd following that big win against the Demon. And you gotta think Seth Rollins not feeling too comfortable at this point. Not only with Drew McIntyre in his path at SummerSlam, but Chris Jericho as Mr. Money in the Bank as well. Crowd singing along to Seth's song. I think the champ is loving this. You know, last night after I defeated the Demon Finn Balor, I felt my vision be fulfilled, that I be the world champion. And now that that has come true, I have Drew McIntyre to look forward to. So you know what, Jeff, I want you to come out here and congratulate me like a man. And oh, here comes the general manager. Seth wanted him, and he's got him. Double J himself. And you gotta think Jarrett not too happy that Seth is now atop of the red brand after all he's put him through. But being the guy that has to be, well, unbiased, running things here, putting all his differences aside, is Double J. He's going to confront the champ right now. With guitar in hand. This is going to be good. Seth, I'll give you credit where credit's due. You slayed the Demon last night, and I can't take that away from you. But what you are going to get taken away from you is that world title at SummerSlam in about 2 weeks' time, when Drew McIntyre kicks your head off. But before then, Seth, how about you have a little bit of a warm-up match with not just Drew McIntyre, but Mr. Money in the Bank as well, Chris Jericho. Those two will go against you and one of your Vision goons. You can pick between Austin Theory, you can pick between Kyle Fletcher or Braun Breaker. How about that, Seth? In the main event tonight. You make your choice. Or you can go it alone. And I'd be all the more happier to see you get destroyed by both of your top contenders tonight. Here on Raw. Well, after that incredible exchange between Jeff Jarrett and Seth Rollins, we are ready for some action here on Monday Night Raw. And we're kicking off some tag team action. Of course, this won't be the last time we see tag team wrestling on this show. But huge stakes in this tag team match, as I've been informed that this is a #1 contenders match again to determine who will face Rated RKO at SummerSlam. Of course, Axiom beat the last team that were in line against Rated RKO, that being the Vision, in tag team action, earning their spots here in this contenders match. Who are they going up against? We're about to find out. Who is it going to be? Oh boy. Good luck, boys. The Ops are here. They have finally arrived. Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs representing the Ops here, making their series debut. First time we're seeing both these guys at all. And would love nothing more than tag team gold upon arrival. Can they get it done? Of course, the veteran experience of Samoa Joe, the power of Powerhouse Hobbs against the athletic duo of Frazier and Axiom. Here we go. Monday Night Raw underway. The fallout to Money in the Bank. Cover here by Axiom. And only a 1 count out the gate. Already Axiom taking the fight to Powerhouse Hobbs. Really the best thing you can do in this match. Here comes Frazier. Off the tag. Oh, misses. Springboard and roll up here by Hobbs, but didn't get anything out of it, unfortunately. And there's that power of Powerhouse Hobbs coming on display. As now here comes Samoa Joe, the veteran of the group, multi-time world champion. Powerbomb on Frazier. Just kick to the back there by the Samoan submission machine. Asking for Frazier to get to his feet. There's a nice double axe handle now by half of the Ops, now just toying with Frazier. That's something I would do if I were Joe, and well, Frazier agrees. Sling blade. Now Frazier unloading on Samoa Joe. Super kick. Back in comes Axiom. Joe with his back turned. Was not a very good idea. Oh, missed. This drop kick by Axiom. Sends Joe into the corner. And back in comes Nathan Frazier. Nice drop kick. Now Frazier immediately into the cover on Samoa Joe. Pick up a huge win, but no, only a 1 on Joe from Frazier. Oh! Another cover. Frazier trying to end this one as quick as he can. And another kick out by Samoa Joe. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep Samoa Joe down on the ground for a 3 count. Hobbs now gets the tag. See a little bit more from Powerhouse Hobbs here. Frazier, though, taking full control here. Back in comes Axiom. Nice tag team work by Fraxium. Tagging in and out. Nice sidewalk slam there by Hobbs. Here's some more power on display. Oh, Joe fired up. Axiom up for a shot, but Joe ducked it. Oh, it's his shot there. Uh-oh. Joe, he's got him. Coquina clutch locked in on Axiom. Legs are wrapped. Is Axiom gonna fade here? No, Nathan Frazier saves the matchup, taking Joe down. The Ops ticket to the championships could have been punched right there if it wasn't for Nathan Frazier. Now Joe, angry that that wasn't the end. Cover here. Joe, does he? Oh, the ref has a bit of damage and maybe a bit of a slow count there. I'm sure Joe's not too happy about that. Feels like maybe he should have had this one won. Ooh. And Joe just taunting, gonna allow Axiom to tag Frazier. Oh! Frazier with a nice drop kick, taking Joe down. And now Frazier looking to do some springboard offense from the outside. Nice drop kick, connects. Cover on Joe. And another kick out by the Samoan submission machine. Hobbs back in. Oh, Hobbs has got Frazier. World's strongest slam. Obviously, homage to Mark Henry. And a kick out at 2 by Frazier. My goodness. Oh, and another world's strongest slam by Hobbs. But it's Axiom breaking up the pin. Hobbs going to the top rope, not something we're used to seeing. Maybe trying to pull out some new tricks from his playbook, but Frazier saw it coming from a mile away. Oh, and look at Frazier, just not strong enough to lift up the big man. Cover here. 1. Nice shots. Frazier again trying to get Hobbs up, but just can't do it. And down goes Frazier with a nice scoop slam. And again, the Ops taunting allows Fraxium to get the tag that they needed. And Hobbs tags Joe back in. Look at, oh my gosh. Spike Rana connects by Axiom. What a treat Axiom is to watch. Nice standing shooting star. DDT plants Joe. Oh, Axiom goes to the outside, meets Joe out there. Okay, what is this? Oh, Mexican Destroyer connects. Fraxium firing on all cylinders here tonight. Taking it to the Ops. A Spanish fly from the ground. Absolutely incredible by Axiom. Oh, Joe back in the Fraxium corner. It's not good for him. Braid Buster. Splash by Axiom connects. Axiom to secure a title opportunity, but Hobbs breaks the pin and the ref gets knocked down. And look at Axiom is going to hit Joe, but again goes after Hobbs. Wise strategy. Oh, and a super kick by Joe. Now working the leg. Obviously, we know Axiom's a high flyer. Joe knows that as well. So maybe weaken the legs a little. Hobbs back into the matchup. Axiom right where he wants him. The ops seem to be going after the limbs here of Axiom. Not just the legs, but the arms as well. Just picking him apart. Clubbing blow to the back. Joe is once again legal. And the ops now are starting to take a page out of Fraxium's playbook, tagging the other in and out. Trying to keep them fresh to an extent. Just Hobbs is throwing Axiom like he's nothing. And Hobbs across the ring connects with the elbow. Right to the neck goes the powerhouse. Uh-oh. Hobbs now with a torture rack of sorts. Locked in. And the ops are the #1 contenders. Axiom forced to give up. Oh, and look at this. The match is over, guys. And Axiom just gets dumped out of the ring. Uncalled for. There you see the new #1 contenders. Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs are next in line. Yes, and we have another #1 contenders match to get to here. This time for the Women's Intercontinental Championship between two women that never got their rematch and someone who was part of the Women's Money in the Bank that wants a shot at gold still. Here comes one of the former champs, the one that was defeated by Mercedes Moné, Naomi, who wants her gold back. Of course, she lost it to Mercedes in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Naomi looking to become a two-time Women's Intercontinental Champion here. And go against her, I guess now former friend, Mercedes Moné. She's taking this time to kind of rest up. Of course, I haven't seen Naomi since, so gotta think maybe a little ring rust coming into effect here. Not that long, though. Of course, Naomi's been on SummerSlam a couple times. Of course, she was the women's champion in both matches she was a part of. 2017 and 2025. She'd like to be atop the division once again, but right now she's focused on reclaiming the Intercontinental Championship. Here comes another woman looking to reclaim the Women's Intercontinental Championship. A woman we haven't seen since Backlash. The one that Naomi defeated, Carmen Petrovic, the inaugural champion of the series. Would love nothing more than to get her gold back, which has to go through not only Naomi, but Blake Monroe as well. We'll see if Carmen is up for the task here tonight. She rolls into the ring. First time we've seen her since in months. Here's your two former champs. And I think it's time for Raw to get a little glamorous, if you will. As there is the glamour Blake Monroe, who wants some gold for herself, of course. Of course, she came up short in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, of course, won by Roxanne Perez from SmackDown. So congrats to Roxanne. I'll be hearing her more on Friday. Blake Monroe wants to make Raw more glamorous, and she says the way to do that is to have her with a championship. And well, we're gonna see if that's exactly what's gonna happen. Who punches their ticket to face Mercedes Moné at SummerSlam? Of these three, here we go. Blake going after Naomi right away. Oh, there's Carmen Petrovic trying to get involved. Stopped by Blake Monroe. And Naomi gonna stop Blake in her tracks. Nice knee strike by the Glamour. Carmen now going to work here. A nice uppercut by Carmen. Taking the fight here to Naomi with a nice shot. Carmen with a crossbody. Now look at Blake Monroe with a sledgehammer. Carmen able to stop it before Blake was able to hit a shot there. Dropkick connects by Naomi. Look at Blake Monroe. Just dangling Carmen Petrovic. Oh, look at Naomi trying to roll up the Glamour here for some SummerSlam spotlight, but Carmen just having none of it. Breaking up the back and forth attempts by both women. Nice knee by Carmen. I think Blake Monroe might have gotten herself busted open. Can't really tell. You can see the cut on the face of Blake. Carmen and her are gonna work together now, seemingly. Double choke slam. That's unique, and that alliance did not last long, of course. Got a cover here by Blake Monroe. Kick out at 1. Over the ropes goes Blake Monroe, and there's Petrovic with the sledgehammer. That Monroe brought into the matchup. Carmen gonna try and steal the pin for herself here. A kick out by Naomi. Naomi fights her way out. Blake Monroe looking for more weapons. She's got a kendo stick this time. A rear view by Naomi. And Petrovic, oh! Does Carmen got this? No! 2 count only for Petrovic. Now Blake with those shots raining down on Carmen. Springboard drop kick now. Blake Monroe in control in the ring. Not for long though. Steel chair in hand by Naomi. Oh! Uh-oh, Naomi. Submission here on Blake Monroe. Is Blake gonna tap? Is Naomi gonna go to SummerSlam? Yes, she is. Naomi's got her rematch as Blake Monroe gives up. So it'll be Mercedes Naomi 2 for the IC title at the biggest party of the summer. Congrats to Naomi. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to hear from the brand new Women's World Champion, AJ Lee. And I can't wait to hear what she has to say after that big win over Liv Morgan. Here comes the Women's World Champion, the brand new champion, AJ Lee is here. AJ Lee surprising the WWE Universe and Liv Morgan with her return last night. And now sits atop the women's division. What does the new champ have to say? What does she have to get off her chest here in front of this audience? Oh, WWE Universe. It feels great to be back. And it feels great to be back by winning the world title on your first night back. As far as who's next in line, I'm willing to open the door to any female talent in the back to step up to the plate and face me at SummerSlam. Heck, I don't even care if it's Liv Morgan. I'll beat her again. Wait, Liv Morgan, Oblivion on the new champion. Well, that was a very interesting exchange between AJ and Liv. But right now we got more one-on-one action. Ethan Page has been a highlight these last few weeks here on Monday Night Raw. Of course, we know He beat up Rey Mysterio to try and get into the Money in the Bank match. Failed. He beat Rey Fenix, who was trying to avenge Rey Mysterio. And then Ethan Page had a shot to become Intercontinental Champion at Money in the Bank, which was also squandered thanks in part to Rey Mysterio. And, well, obviously, I'm sure Ethan Page is upset seeing Jeff Hardy now as the Intercontinental Champion, thinking that that could have been him. So Ethan Page out here looking to make a statement, but he's not alone. This man right here is also looking to make a statement for himself. Javon Evans, looking to make a name for himself here on the red brand. The young OG. Remember, these two used to have a rivalry down in NXT where Ethan Page tried to end Javon's career. He broke his jaw. Javon would love to win some gold as well. Hasn't really been given many opportunities. Maybe if he beats Ethan Page here tonight, he very well could be in line for Jeff Hardy and the Intercontinental Championship. And what a match that would be. See Ethan Page getting ready for this match. Javon Evans as well. It's a bragging rights type match right here on Raw between these two. Ethan Page gonna back Javon into the corner. And a cheap shot. Expect nothing less from All Ego Ethan Page. Take any advantage he can get. As he's destroying Javon in the corner. Oh, Javon reverses. Now he's got Ethan Page in the corner. And Javon looking to get some offense going of his own. The young OG gonna work the leg here on Ethan Page. Ethan Page not going to work on the arm. Kind of match up. Javon going after his leg. Working on the face again. As mentioned, the history with Ethan and Javon. Ethan mostly targeted the face. Most importantly, Javon's jaw. So maybe Ethan remembers. Now just talking some trash. Again, we couldn't expect anything less from this guy. Ethan again going to back Javon into the corner. I doubt Ethan's going to make this a clean break, and yep, this proves my point. Just a disrespectful individual, and I'm about fed up with Ethan Page at this point. Here's a cover. Put this one away, but Javon able to kick out before the count of one. Oh! What an enziguri, catching Ethan off guard. Javon just absolutely awesome to watch. Javon Evans off the ropes. Down goes Page. And oh, sit out. power bomb of sorts by Paige. Or spinebuster, I should say. And again, Paige is talking all that trash. And a pump kick to follow up. You can tell the crowd not on the side of Ethan Page as he sends Javon to the outside. Page sees him going, but big mistake there as he gets sent back in. Oh, and Page catches Javon to the strike. Both these men trading shots now. Oh, Ethan blocks. These men looking about equal right now. Page. Who's going to come out of this unscathed? Oh, and it's going to be Paige with a nice shot right to the face. Look at Paige. Oh, down goes Javon Evans. What a power slam by Paige and a kick out somehow, some way. Oh, I think Paige is maybe going to set up for the Ego's edge, but Evans saw it coming. OG cutter. Cutter by Evans. Does he have it here? Two. No. Paige kicks out. Stays alive once more. Look at Evans. Oh my goodness. The athleticism is incredible. Javon Evans has defeated Ethan Page. That has to be a statement win for the young OG, who wants a big opportunity. He just beat someone who's been feuding with Rey Mysterio. And you got to think Javon might be eyeing up Jeff Hardy in that IC championship after a big win like this. And I can't blame him. And speaking of Jeff Hardy, we got ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, an Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. Maybe Jeff seeing some inspiration over on the blue brand. Of course, Gunther doing his challenges. But I think Jeff wants to prove that he's a fighting champion, unlike Fletcher or Braun Breaker before him. So who's going to step up to the plate? Who's answering the challenge? And it's going to be the megastar. Yeah. L.A. Knight has answered the call here of Jeff Hardy. Been a while since we've seen LA Knight here in the Universe mode. And he'd love nothing more than to become the IC champion here tonight. Of course, former two-time United States champion. It's going to be a tough test for LA to become the IC champ. And this crowd is most definitely behind the megastar. And here comes the brand new Intercontinental Champion. Jeff Hardy, gotta think, maybe not feeling 100%. Took a bit of a beating from Kyle Fletcher last night. And there he is. The charismatic enigma here on Raw with that Intercontinental Championship. First defense, 24 hours since winning the belt. Of course, we saw that worked out for Will Ospreay last night. Can Jeff Hardy avoid that same fate here tonight? course, I'm sure there's going to be lots of contenders lining up for Jeff Hardy, especially with SummerSlam not too far away. And the crowd seems to be behind the megastar in this one. Is this LA Knight's night? Knight's pumped up here for this one. And there you see the brand new champion, all focus. Jeff Hardy looking at his newly won championship belt. He gives it to the official. And that right there is what it's all about. The prestigious Intercontinental Championship. Many, many Hall of Famers have held that belt. Very prestigious. Who walks out of here with it tonight? And LA Knight already on the offense. Hardy reverses it though. Nice standing moonsault there by Hardy. Only gets him a 1 count though. Step up enziguri. And Knight gets out of the way. Now it's Knight's turn to get some offense in on the charismatic Enigma. Cover here by LA Knight. Nice shot there by Knight. Nice drop kick there by Knight from the ropes. Both men to the outside. Hardy goes back in, maybe try to get a bit of a breather here. Now we're back in the ring. Who gets the upper hand though? Looks like it's going to be the champion backing Knight into the ropes. Oh, and Knight with a cheap shot. I mean, championship on the line. I guess fair play to him. Gotta do what you gotta do to win the championship. And Hardy already busted open. Maybe the damage starting to take its toll on the charismatic Enigma. Stomping on the midsection. And now Knight, oh, misses the knee drop. I've done some damage to himself right there. LA to the outside now. Misses his drop kick. 2 crashes and burns back to back for Knight's gonna cost him. As Hardy now. Right to the midsection. Nice drop kick by the champ. Anaconda Vice stealing a move out of Punk's playbook, his old rival. Right to the back of the head. And that's LA Knight. Attacking Jeff Hardy here with these shots. Hardy firing back, of course. Hardy a little busted up. Maybe not doing him any favors. Knight with a drop kick, though. Nice shot there. Here comes Knight into the cover. to become the Intercontinental Champion, and Hardy kicks out at 1. Uh oh, here we go. LA Knight elbow misses. Hardy now counters into a twist of fate on Knight to retain the championship. Hardy, no, 2 count. Uh-oh, LA Knight, another twist of fate coming. How Hardy won the title last night. Cover on the Megastar, and Hardy retains the championship. What a match. And just like that, first title defense in the books for the charismatic Enigma. What a match. What a match that was. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is now upon us. Tag team match with all the stars essentially in the SummerSlam main event here on the Raw brand. Of course, we heard from the new world champ earlier tonight. Seth Rollins defeated the Demon, Drew McIntyre, in his sights in not very long at SummerSlam. And there he is with his muscle brawn breaker. Gotta think Rollins not feeling 100% here tonight after that match with Finn Balor, but again, he basically has no choice. Jeff Jarrett basically put him in this situation. Braun Breaker fresh as a daisy going into this one. So he's going to be, or Rollins needs to get him through here. It's not just Drew McIntyre that the world champ has to worry about. Of course, now he's got to worry about Chris Jericho running around with that Money in the Bank briefcase. Could cash in at any given opportunity. So we'll see here how things play out. It could even be tonight Jericho cashes in, for all we know. And speaking of, here comes Mr. Money in the Bank. You know Jericho's going to rub this in, making Seth Rollins wait. Obviously, Drew McIntyre, who's teaming up with here tonight, could also be a victim if Jericho cashes in, maybe even a SummerSlam. But obviously, Jericho, the veteran, he's going to play his cards right. He knows when the right time's going to be. Not wasting any time. But here comes the number 1 contender at SummerSlam. The Scottish Warrior. The King of the Ring, Drew McIntyre. The man who basically put Seth Rollins' vision in jeopardy, even though he just won the World Championship. But we know Drew McIntyre is a very hungry individual. He will do whatever it takes to become the world champion once again. And he is ready to go. He wants to kick somebody's head off. You see the world champ and Mr. Money in the Bank gonna start us off. Jericho Rollins. Nice step up into Guri by Jericho. Both these men beaten up from their matches last night, most likely. Of course, Jericho, I'm sure, is more worse for wear, given that he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, as opposed to a last man standing match, but maybe I'm reading into that more too much. And now, Jericho, I think, was going to make a tag to McIntyre, but Rollins obviously didn't want that. And here comes the dog of the Vision, Braun Breaker, the former Intercontinental Champion. It's destroying now Mr. Money in the Bank on the outside. Oh! Right by the steps. It maybe injured Jericho there a little bit. Kick out before one for Jericho. Breaker trying to stop him, and down goes Braun, courtesy of Y2J. Oh, McIntyre takes a shot of his own. Rollins and McIntyre, the match at SummerSlam happening right now before our very eyes. Oh, Rollins wrestles McIntyre into a crossface, but rope break. Gotta wonder what momentum these two can make if Rollins pins McIntyre or vice versa, and going into their championship match. Oh! And down goes Rollins to the outside, courtesy of Drew. Rollins gets back in the ring. Not scared to fight the Scottish Terminators. Here comes Jericho in again. A nice double teamwork by both men. Codebreaker on the outside by Mr. Money in the Bank. Jericho has Rollins in a bad spot right now. Gets Rollins back up. Rollins sends Jericho over the ropes, and Breaker takes him to the outside. And face first goes Jericho. Breaker now going to do a bit of damage. Jericho gets out of it. Suplex. Uh-oh. Rollins on the outside. Pedigree on Jericho. And now Rollins looking to maybe pick the scraps from the outside. The remain of Chris Jericho. Cover here by the champ. And kick out by Jericho at 2. Breaker now gets the tag. A shot there. Shoulder tackle now by Braun. Jericho stacks him up. Now Braun stacks Jericho up. Oh, Jericho back and forth between these two, but kick out nonetheless. Look at this face off now. McIntyre and Breaker. Two strong dudes. Oh, double knees to the midsection. Oh, and the straps are down. And down goes Jericho on the outside. Breaker trying to neutralize Jericho. McIntyre waits in the clothesline. Braun took his eyes off the ball for 1 second. And that's going to cost him dearly. Shots to the midsection by Drew. Oh, man. I thought Jericho was going to look for the walls there. Going to the legs, but Braun able to reverse it. Oh, Jericho versus Breaker now. Braun into the corner. Drew gets tagged back in again by Jericho. Nice back body drop by both men. Oh, and a Glasgow kiss on the outside by McIntyre. Breaker gets sent back in by Jericho. Easy layup here for Drew. Look at this. One arm just picks him up. Down goes Breaker. Spear by Breaker on McIntyre. He got it. But Jericho's there to break up the cover. I think Drew was going to go for a Claymore, but Braun caught him with a spear instead. Tag, in comes Jericho once again to deal with the Braun Breaker problem. Cover by Jericho. 2 count only for the Ayatollah. Great athleticism there, but Rollins from behind, striking his possible next challenger. Tag, in comes McIntyre. Once again. Nice double shoulder there. McIntyre measures his man for a Claymore kick. Front row seat for Rollins, but I think Breaker kicked out, but Rollins still tried to break the pin. Surprised Drew and Jericho have been able to coexist thus far. Given Chris could steal McIntyre's thunder if he were to cash in that briefcase. So really, they're kind of polar opposites. They're doing what they need to do here tonight anyway. Codebreaker by Jericho. Nice one. Jericho has pinned Braun Breaker. And the team of Mr. Money in the Bank and the #1 contender have picked up the huge win. Wow, what a Raw this was. I'm getting word now, actually, ladies and gentlemen, that Jeff Jarrett has something to address in the backstage. So we'll take you to the back. You know, I've been playing y'all like a fiddle this whole time. I've only just been playing the management figure. I'm officially announcing it now that I'm no longer the Raw GM, and the real GM will be here next week. Stay tuned.